Good afternoon, everybody. This is Lorraine, Alternative Homesteading on Monday. I hope everybody's doing okay. I posted some photos of what they've been doing to the skies all day today. I woke up, the sky was clear, and then now it's just all milky white. We had torrential rain yesterday. Torrential rain, and all my local little water barrels here, the little ones, totally filled to capacity. And I went over to my 55-gallon and it was dumped again. So since June 1, it has been dumped every day because we've had rain every day, like a substantial amount of rain. It's been dumped again. So we're going on 12 or 13 times that it's been dumped. Yesterday, and this always happens, you have to understand what happens here when you're on a lot of land and you've got somebody camping out here, a cloaked person, and you've all mentioned to me that there are too many places for them to hide, and that's absolutely true, and that's another reason why I want to move from here. As a targeted person, I need a place where I can look out of my house and just see things, and also, as for self-protection and stuff, there are just too many buildings in the way. Just way too many buildings in the way. So I have to move from here. And I will be moving from here. But anyway, yesterday, I put all the little guineas, the baby guineas, into the chicken coop. And I put them into the Rubbermaid box. And I just ran my errands literally within 10 minutes. I go back, somebody tipped over the Rubbermaid box, and one guinea was crushed at the doorway. This is contrived and has been done by a private contractor, by somebody who's on this property. They go in and out of my chicken coops. They filthy the coops. They harass the birds. You can hear them cackling. And now to this morning. This morning, Mama Guinea walks out of the coop. She's got 3 of her 4 babies. One of the babies I'm holding on to because it's a little bit too young. It needs another 2 or 3 days to kind of walk around with her. And I don't really like her walking around with the babies. They're so young, but guineas are incredibly protective and they walk around in a group. So there was no way that somebody was going to harm her babies. So I see her walking around with her 3 babies, and I go back into the house. I start cooking, eating, and stuff. I walk back out again, literally maybe 15, 20 minutes later. The mama is gone from this area. She was walking around in this area, and she had her babies with her. And I noticed that she was in back of the chicken coop. But there were only 2 babies there. I looked everywhere. Now, what happens when a baby guinea gets lost? The guinea will cry incessantly. It's unmistakable. It's a very high-pitched, very annoying chirp. And it's so that the mom can find it, and it's actually telling you it's in distress. But there's no way that this guinea would not have followed the mother because it was an older one. So I started walking around the property thinking, okay, maybe it did get lost. Maybe it's screaming somewhere. No, nowhere. So I'm looking everywhere. I don't find it. But then the mama is in front of my house with her 2 babies and she starts screaming. And they do this to alert the missing child to locate her. And she did it for a long time. She did it for about 10 minutes. I was going to go get my phone at the time so that you could hear it. You could hear her distress call to alert her babies, find her baby, her missing baby. But my phone battery was on low. I had to plug it in. I absolutely believe that somebody stole that baby because, again, I went into the cameras. And between 1:18, just like yesterday, 1:30, remember it was 1:30 that they stole the mama bird? Between 1:18 and 1:30, my camera was skipped forward. I try to hit the playback button, and every time I would hit playback, it would play for a couple of seconds and then stop. And then this building here was all pinked out, was all blacked. I shouldn't say blacked out, it was pinked out. So that baby was stolen. The guinea was stolen. I'm telling you, the level of depravity and evil, envy and jealousy and greed in Jackson County, Kentucky is friggin' off the charts. To steal a baby guinea from its mom and then steal the mom from her four babies is despicable. But this is a pattern. It's a pattern. I had a hen who had the same thing. She had 3 babies. This is when I first got the chicken coop. And she was fine. And I went into the chicken coop the next morning and she was dead. Literally dead on top of her babies. So somebody killed her. And then last year, my neighbor's dog comes traipsing down and eats the mother chicken, the mother hen of babies. It's recorded. It's on my channel. You can see it. But I hate to bring the bearer of bad news, but I want it known what's happening here. I want it known. And yeah, I need to get out of here. I need to get out of here. There are too many places for these criminals to hide. And it's too much to protect. Too many places to hide. And also the local criminals, you know, the neighbors and everything, they know this property way too well. And the fact that my neighbor coerced one of my workers to create a path, and that the stupid women have bird calls or owl calls across my property, they're not doing it so much anymore. Because I reported it to the sheriff a couple of years ago. And not only that, but it was recorded. And then when they would start that nonsense, I would do a bird call back and shut them right down. They pretend that they're owls. But anyway, I don't know if you heard this news. You know Klaus Schwab from the World Economic Forum, he actually stepped down. Yes. If you don't remember who he is, you know, he's the man with a very heavy German accent. You know, he's infamous for saying, you will own nothing and be happy. And also, you will eat the bugs. You will eat the bugs. Yes. Well, he stepped down. And rumor has it that one of his heirs, a daughter, maybe a daughter or a son or someone in the family is going to take his place and play out his legacy. But yes, he has stepped down. I don't even know who put him in charge of anything anyway. It just baffles the mind. So if you know anything about this, please leave a comment down below. And actually, like right now, I'm looking for that mama. I'm looking for that mama and her 2 babies. I'm not seeing her right now. This is like part of the little group that hangs out with the mama. I have to find her. But anyway, I hope everybody's doing well. I just wanted to mention that to you guys, that yes, this is what goes on here. And somebody left a comment that one of the reasons they won't get a pet, it's for this reason. Well, I hear what you're saying. But I'll tell you that not every targeted person has their pets tormented. A lot of them do. A lot of them do. Some pets have been killed, experimented on, stolen, let out of the back door of the house, when they're not home. Like, we've heard lots of stories like that. If you have a dog. And, these animal rescue people, they're very nefarious. They'll actually steal. They'll steal your animal right out of your backyard. Even if you have a fenced-in yard. They'll actually jump in your yard and steal your animal. Fact. Cat or dog or whatever. You have to wonder about these people, right? But yeah, so I'm going to say, don't not get a pet just because you're targeted, because you might not have the same program as me. And not everybody has their pet tormented. I mean, I remember when, and I'm not subscribed to him anymore. It got turned off. But Jeff, the American guinea pig cash cow, has a dog, a little fluffy dog named Bella. And he's had her for a long time. And nobody ever harassed his dog. So people can't say, well, oh, he must not be targeted because his dog, his dog isn't harassed. But it's probably not his program. It's not his program to harass his dog. And besides the fact that I think his dog goes with him wherever he goes. Cats can't do that. So, but I just wanted to mention that to you guys too. Don't not get a pet or a farm animal, chickens or whatever, because you think that your animal will be targeted. Not all animals are. Not all pets are. So, and also, there are so many people that are abandoning their cats and dogs because they're either becoming homeless, can't pay their mortgages, have lost employment, the economy. And people, unfortunately, are not very loyal to their animals these days. A lot of these young people, they're not very loyal. And they'll give up their pets in a heartbeat. They get bored. Or they just don't want to take care of it. Or when a pet gets a little bit older and maybe not be as much fun. Older pets are not as much fun. They sleep more and stuff. They'll end up abandoning, giving up their pets at animal shelters. And I'm going to tell you that any animal, cat, dog, or otherwise, at an animal shelter has an infinitely worse life. Infinitely worse life, and may actually be put to death, because there are some shelters that when they reach maximum, they have no choice but to euthanize some of the animals. So they have an infinitely worse life in an animal shelter, whether it's a kill shelter or not, infinitely worse than living with a targeted person. A targeted person is going to love and cherish their pet and their animals, care for them. Because, a lot of us, unfortunately, they interfere with our relationships with other people, which is why they don't want you to have pets. They don't want you to feel good and love towards an animal. So, just because this is happening to me, this is part of my torture program. I have a 501c3 nonprofit cat rescue. They have assaulted my rescue in every way possible. They have taken down my website in New Jersey. They hacked it, slandered me on social media, tried to get my website up and running again within the last year. All kinds of sabotage, interference with posting charity links. They've interfered with my PayPal, my charity PayPal. Just every step of the way, they have interfered with everything. So that's my torture program. It's not going to be yours. So if you're wanting a pet, if you're thinking about adopting an animal, please, please go to a shelter. and you will give an animal a great home. And don't go and get the cutest little kitten or the cutest little puppy. You know, get an animal that's a little bit older and give them the best possible life until the end of their life. And they will appreciate it, and you'll be a good soul. Right? Right, girl? Say, I'm hanging out with the rooster. That's Trey Gowdy. Trey. He's got some very long spurs. I've got to get those spurs off. I got to get them off, guys. They're long. They're too long. I heard about this potato method where you heat up a potato, stick the potato on. The potato heats it up, the outside, and expands it so that you can twist it off. But it's hard. That's a two-person feat. I saw it online. The husband was holding the bird, and the wife was sticking the potato on the spur, and then he was twisting it off. Well, I don't have the extra hands here to do this, but I've got to do something with these guys. Now I'm trying to locate the mama Guinea and her two babies. I'm not seeing her right now. I'm going to sign off for now. Go look for her. She was right here in the yard a little while ago. But I hope everybody's doing okay. This is Lorraine Alternative Homesteading. Please remember to hit the thumbs up, comment, share if you feel inclined to do so, and I'll talk to you soon.